Okay, if you look at this crunch she's doing, she's pushing on my head with her forearm, which is different than what I do for like MMA or something, where I might be using the palm of my hand or the crook of my arm. You're using your forearm. It's making it very, very tight. Look at that. And I assume you're holding your thigh.
Yeah, exactly. So
I have to trust you on that. I believe you're touching your thigh, but I can't see it.
I am. I'm actually grabbing my thigh.
You're mine. She's so mine.
Yeah, so from here I'm holding him really tight. Now, ideally, if I could actually swim my arm in and control it, this is much better. But it really depends on how I do the takedown. But the most important thing is if you control the head, you can control the entire body. That's why we always primate neck this way.
Hey, I'm Antonio Graceffo, the Brooklyn Monk, and we are here in Singapore. Look at me, I'm only dancing from my upper body. You'd think I was driving a car and listening to my tunes. Well, anyway, so we're on the show today, and we're in Singapore, and we're back at the Pop Center, which is also the Catch Wrestling Center, and I got with me today Miss Yunaquan. Yunaquan is a famous female and mixed martial arts fighter and wrestler and catch wrestling and Pop instructor here in Singapore. Yunaquan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks at home?
Right, hi, my name is Yunaquan and I'm from Pop Academy, Singapore. Just a little bit about my wrestling background. I started doing catch wrestling with Billy Robinson, which is a legend in catch wrestling. I traveled to US 2 times to train with him. And then subsequently, I trained with Snake Pit in Vegan under Roy Woods. Okay, for those of you at home who haven't read my dissertation because it hasn't been published yet, Snake Pit in Vegan is where catch wrestling was born. It was born in England, and it's a small town, isn't it? This Wigan, right? Town, yeah. And you told me the gym itself is like out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's right.
And it's like slightly larger than this room, right?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Not very big, not very fancy. Okay, back in those days, I guess maybe you paid for your wrestling lessons with eggs or fish or chickens or something. How many chickens a year do you have to pay to belong there?
I'm not sure.
Okay, maybe today they accept money. I don't know. Anyway, so that was the original place where catch wrestling was born, and that's where she went for training, which I think is very cool. Yunaquan, what are you going to teach me today?
I'm going to teach you half helch. It's a very traditional half helch. It's I can spell this H-A-L-C-H.
H. H.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, H-A-L-C-H. This is one of the very first takedown techniques that Roy was talking about in Snake Pit Vegan.
Okay.
And there are a few setups for it. One setup is possibly to grab hold of the wrist here. That's one setup.
Okay, it's called collar and elbow. Well, this collar and wrist control right here. Okay.
Yeah. So what you want to do is that the forearm here is designed for a setup. So when you push the person with your forearm lightly, he might try to push you back. And then you use your hand and hit. You open this up, feed it in underneath your arm, and this other arm here is going to be at the elbow joint. Because if it's like on the armpit, it's very easy for you to get up, but you're resting that. Elbow joint, this is cupping the chin, and it's all about pivoting. This leg steps back, and you drive the person down all the way to the ground. Slow looking down, cup it still, and that's your neck crank from there. And the potential pin as well for catch wrestling.
I tell me some more stuff about you.
Yeah, so I started training in Snake Pit Vegan under Roy Woods, and then after that we were also invited to be part of Catch Wrestling Alliance under my friend, who's also a great wrestler, Raul. And after that we started studying more into catch wrestling, etc. Even after I came back to Singapore. I'm also part of the Singapore national team for wrestling, and I recently competed in the Southeast Asian Senior Championship as well, involved different countries around the region.
Yeah, and again, for a lot of our viewers that are not familiar with Southeast Asia, over here in Southeast Asia we got something called ASEAN, which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and they hold their own Olympics basically. Is it every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
It's every 2 years. And and part of it is to build unity in Southeast Asia. Part of it though is also to give all the other countries a chance, because when they go to the Asian Games, then they got to compete against China, Japan, and Korea, which are basically major powerhouses in almost every sport. And also the income, other than Singapore, the income difference between the 3 giant countries and then the rest of the region is just, I mean, ridiculously. Just you can't even compare the difference. So the other countries have tremendous advantage. So the Southeast Asian Games, SEA Games, give the smaller countries a chance to compete. So you got Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Burma, Singapore, Brunei, East Timor is an observer, right? It's not a full member. I'm leaving some Philippines, Indonesia. Yeah. If I forgot somebody, please I'm sorry. But anyway, so this year though, unfortunately in the SEA Games, they didn't have any wrestling this year for various reasons, administrative problems. So they held a separate Southeast Asian Wrestling Championship. Is that right? Okay. And Gabriel was probably instrumental in making that happen.
Yes. He was main organizer. The Singapore national team was the main organizer of the SEA Championship. It was held at Expo not too long ago. And it was a great event where different countries could actually embrace the spirit of wrestling. Whether or not we won or we lost, it doesn't really matter.
And a few of my Cambodia brothers got to wrestle there as well, so I was really happy about that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm going to ride him. It's called riding. And then as I slide, I'm going to insert this leg here. And then I'm going to insert, as you can see, my shin bones on his calf from here. And then as I'm going to do, now I'm going to use my elbow to kind of ram him in the butt so that he falls back. And I have it in a half slider from there.
The biggest difference between catch wrestling and BJJ is that, when I say BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, catch wrestling is, it's really wrestling. And so you've got a lot more takedowns. Right? You were telling me that on way over. So one of the coaches was more focused on takedowns.
Yeah, that's right. Takedowns are like really the main focus of catch wrestling.
Okay.
At least for getting catch wrestling. They call it like, look, catch wrestling is really about wrestling. The problem they have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that look, you're stuck on the ground. It's not wrestling.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can't win by pin anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to take the fight to the ground.
Right.
And then of course they have what we call mat wrestling, which is where you start scrabbling on the ground.
Right.
But the main component is really about takedowns too.
About takedowns. Okay, so you said one of your coaches was like more focused on takedowns,
Yeah.
and one of them was more focused on the submissions.
Split into
And of course, submissions in catch wrestling are called hooks.
Yeah.
And a good catch wrestler is called a hooker. I love that. I want to be a hooker. You too could be a hooker. And there's a number at the bottom of your screen. You call that number. We'll make you a hooker today.
So anyway, so this is what I learned from Bill Robinson. Start with the collar and elbow technique, okay? So now what he says is this hand here, you want to insert it here. I'll tell you why you want to insert it there. Okay, right here in the armpit area. This hand here, you're going to go under, over here. And then you drop your knee, and there you go. From here, you can go forward.
Nice.
Fine there.
Okay, what most people are probably trained to do from there, you're going to go here, so you're going to go here. And more like a judo throw. And the thing that, if it works very well.
Yeah.
But it's very often easily countered, and especially you get here, and if you just take my neck with the other hand, when I take her over, we want it landing in a submission. I'm already in a submission. Or if she bends this arm, if she's strong enough to bend this arm and take my throat. And I throw it. So this one she's showing us is very tight, very good control. So do that again.
So there's a reason why, alright, it starts from the collar.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So there's a reason why this hand is stuck here. Because when I do this one, I don't want him to end up choking me.
Look how close she is, and I can't choke her.
Yeah, because of the
Look at your hands. Look at that.
So there's a lot of space.
She's got one hand in the armpit. That's what's preventing me from being able to do a choke here.
No. I'm going to fold my knees and pull along with it. Do like a needle. Alright, and from here, control, come back up, and you have it in the pin.